Hello friends, Stitches here, and today we're gonna draw cartoon eyes. You know, eyes are the window to the soul. And cartoon eyes are very expressive. It's the best way to give emotion to your characters. And today I'm gonna show you how to draw some really cool eyes. They're from my book, Monster Factory, and I'm taking a little bit of inspiration from this page right here, which is all about eyes. Let's get started with these eyes. I'm using a Cintiq and a stylus, but you can use paper and pencil or crayons or markers or whatever. Let's get started. Remember, an eyeball is kind of like a circle, and inside that circle is usually an iris. And the iris is really muscles that contract and expand to show off this little dark circle in the middle, which is the pupil. And those muscles usually radiate from the center, kind of like this. This is overly simplified, but you get the idea. And of course, eyeballs are really wet, and so they shine with a specular highlight like this. I'll just erase and erase. So it's really shiny. If you're drawing a real eyeball, and the circle, the eyeball looks like this in a circle, and this iris was over here, guess what? This iris isn't flat. It's like a dish, like this. A dish. Like a contact lens or something. The eyeball comes like this, and the iris is down at the bottom. I mean, the pupil. The pupil's down at the bottom. So, you wouldn't draw it in the center like this. It makes it look flat. Undo. You actually draw it closer to the center like this. And that is why usually on the top of the eye it's darker. I'll just forget about these highlights for now. It's usually darker up there and lighter at the bottom. So darker up here and lighter at the bottom because it's scooped out like a dish. Like this, it'll be darker at the top and then lighter at the bottom here. But it would still have that little specular gling, gling, little highlights. Gling, gling, gling. There's like 3 light sources in that one. It's like, I love this. It's like a dish. It's like a little dent cut out of a sphere. But this right here is filled with like a clear stuff called the cornea. That's why it's so shiny. See that? I love it. So cool. Lighter here. I'm gonna say the light source is coming this way. So it's darker here and lighter. Now if the light source is coming from here, of course the highlight will be over here as well. And maybe there's another light source over here. That's why we got this. And that light will strike the other side. So it'd be really light on this side. I hope that makes sense. And it's not too complicated. So cool, I love eyeballs. Okay, let's get started. I'll just make it small and move it out of the way. One of the eyes I think that's really interesting to draw is the evil eye. And the evil eye looks usually slants up. I'm gonna draw the right eyeball on all these. It slants up, and then down here it's usually at a point, and it comes out and back up. Okay, so it goes like an S curve. Whoop. Little S curve. It's kind of flat, and this starts out flat or downhill a little bit, and then it comes right back up. All right. Then of course he's got an iris and a pupil, and that's usually hidden behind his mean eyebrows. So they would be about right here. And here would be his pupil. So I will draw this part. See, it's okay to be a little bit messy. And then here would be his pupil. And I'll shade it in. Now remember, it's kind of like a dish. So the shadow would kind of go like this. And that. And then, of course, the little muscles. If you want to draw the muscles. In the iris. And a little highlight. Okay. That is a scary evil eye. And if you want to make it like kind of a girl eye, you'd add some lashes like this. And of course, you'd really make it heavy because evil eyes always have like lots of eyeliner and stuff. I don't know why that is, but it just wouldn't look right if the evil eyes didn't have eyeliner. Long lashes. Think about all the Disney evil characters. They got these long lashes. Cruella de Vil and Ursula the Sea Witch. Huge eyelashes. Okay, so that is the evil eye. Let's move that out of the way. Now let's draw a surprised eye. And I will do that like, start with a circle. And the surprised eye. Now, here's something very, very interesting, very, very important to note, that if this is the eye, the eyelids, the little bits of skin on the bottom and the top that cover up the eye, they help describe the expression. So the more or less they cover up the eye, the more expressive the eyes are. So, for example, if I were to put an eyelid like this, and an eyelid like this, it looks like, and then here's iris. Looks like he's squinting. Are you serious? Maybe I'm trying to look really far in the distance or concentrate. Or, what if the eyelids were way up here and way down here? It's like, super scared. Or what if one eyelid was on the bottom like this, and the other eyelid was up here like that? That's also surprised. Or we can make it look sleepy by make a sleepy eye by doing this. Cover up that whole part of that eye there, and then kind of give it a little bit of a eyelid is droopy, it's sleepy, we're bored, we're mad, but not evil. Okay, so let's take a look at this eye and make a surprise eye. I'll go ahead and add the center iris and the pupil in the middle. I'm gonna go ahead and just shade this in to help you guys remember that the top is always darker than the bottom, and I'm just pressing down harder at the top and lighter at the bottom. Okay, so that is an eye, and I'm gonna, just because I can, I'll put a little highlight in there. Let's make sure he looks surprised. So I'm going to add an eyebrow up here, and I'm gonna add one right here like that, and erase this one. Go back in and kind of like just darken up some of these lines. There we go. Now we have a surprised eye. Do you want to see what an eye looks like when they're hypnotized? Check this out. Super fun. All you gotta do is draw a spiral starting from the center of the eye. That is a hypnotized eyeball. Or, another thing we can do is do a eye that is, let's draw a happy eye, because we're kind of already there. So a happy eye would be like, that looks kind of weird. So I'll draw it from scratch. Okay. So here's our eyeball. That looks terrible. Let's draw it again. There we go. That's a better eyeball. Okay, here is the iris. If you want to make that eyeball look like it's like happy, what you'll do is you'll add a little bit of a cheek underneath, like I'm smiling, so it's gonna push the eyelids up like this. And then you add an eyebrow like this. And of course, if down here there's a big smile, like that, then you know he's smiling. Let's try another eyeball that is kind of like an anime eye with lots of highlights. Instead of drawing just a circle, let's draw one that's a little bit more like an anime eye. So there's the inside of the eye, and then there's the upper part of the eye. Tapers down, and then here's the bottom eyelid, like this. And then there would be a eyelid like this. And let's draw a really, really big iris in here. And these are great for like puppies or anything that you want to look really, really cute. And once you've done all the shading, put all that shading in there, we'll add a bunch of highlights. The first one we'll do is like a square. I'm gonna do that, little square, and then another little round one here. And the more highlights you can create, the more like anime-esque it is. I'm gonna add a darker edge to the iris, like that. And then we can add some eyelashes. And then picking them up. And we have our anime eyeball. And move them over. I'm gonna shrink it down a little bit. Now let's draw a sad eye. Okay, I'm gonna start with the eyelid. It's drooping down. Kind of like the evil eye, but just the opposite. I'm gonna draw, oops, kind of got stuck. Draw the eyeball, iris. And I can just ink in that whole part here. And you can see, now if there was another one, just like it, it looks like evil on one side, but if I did this, and I draw another one like this, you can see how sad it's really looking. Oh my goodness, he's so sad. Makes me sad. And let's add some baggies. Oh my goodness. The reason I'm showing you all these different eyeballs is because I want you to explore different expressions in your characters. Instead of sticking to the same ones you always use, try different eyeballs to see how it makes your characters look. Let's copy these guys and let's move them out of the way as well. Now, we can do some really fun alien type eyes. Like, let's pretend that there's some eyes on the end of an antenna. And then on top of the antenna, let's draw a kind of a curve that kind of comes around. And then here's the eye that's exposed, and this is the eyelid. It'll come up around here. This is a thick, fat eyelid. And it'll come around like this. And we'll have another eyelid that goes like this. I want to erase this part. Erase this part. And I'm going to put the top of the sphere, like if the eye was covered in some kind of skin, it would have some thickness to it. Oops. So I'm going to this is the eyeball, so the eyelid would have some skin around it. So some skin around it like this. And he's like looking back. Let's have him looking back and down. Like, ooh, what is that? Ooh, what is that thing right down here? Whatever it is, this eye does not like it. So I'm going to erase this part. And let's reinforce that line here. And this one. Now we want to make him look really surprised. We could change his eyebrow here and just... Whoa. What if we did something really crazy and went like this? So he's really surprised. Isn't that fun? Had a little shadow down here. Even put some eyelashes. Weird, looks like a Venus flytrap, sort of. Yeah, but put some bumps on him. Man, it's like a diseased eyeball. That'd be fun though. If you had another eye over here, he's looking at the same thing. Like, what is this weird thing? What is that weird thing? Isn't that cool? Oh, you know what? We do a different kind of eye there. Oh, see how that eye pupil looks kind of weird? Because it's close to the center or the other side? I'm going to undo that. It would be better if it was back here. Yeah. Yeah. This one's kind of crazy. When you do concentric ones, they're like hypnotized too. What would happen if we created eyes that were not round? What if they looked like, let's see, this. And inside, his eye looked like a triangle, like a snake. Maybe he's got another eye right here. He's got all these eyes. 3 eyes. And he's got a mouth. Maybe he's got these weird ears. And this is weird. Got these weird eyes. I'm gonna darken in some of these lines. Of course he's got some weird hair. Maybe he's got a mouth that's happy. Hey guys, don't worry about me. I just have really creepy teeth. Let's add a little bit of eyelids down there. So he's like, oh, it's okay. There we go. There's some eyelids. And you can even add the thickness of that eyelid. What if he's laughing? We can make him laugh by putting a eyelid underneath, like hee hee hee. Isn't that silly? I love exploring these different kind of shapes and different characters just to see what happens. Just start drawing and don't worry about making a mistake, because if you're always worried about making a mistake, you'll never do something courageous and explore something that you've never drawn before. So it's okay to draw something crazy, because you can always just delete it or get rid of it or something if it makes you feel embarrassed. But that is the best way to learn. Just draw crazy stuff. That's why I'm showing you all these different eyeballs. Let's try some beady eyes. Beady eyes are basically circles with just a little bit of a highlight. Just eyes like this. It's very, very dark. These are perfect for like mice, little rodents, little cute animals, maybe bugs. Oh, but not flies. A fly eye It's so fun to draw. Let's draw an evil fly eye. An evil fly eye. An evil fly eye. Let me add some shadow to this. I will draw lines that are like they're written on a ball. And so they'll curve around the sphere. They'll be closer to the edges. And they'll stretch out when they get in the middle. So that is what like a fly eye looks like. And you can do them without the lower eyelids. So just make sure you always have a highlight in there. These are just beady little eyes. Perfect for little rodents and stuff like that. Imagine if I were drawing a mouse. I want to draw some ears. Put a little nose on them, little whiskers. Give me a little hair. This is so cute. Now imagine if I created eyes that look like this. That it would be an angry eye, of course. What if I went like this? Looks like surprise, unless I do this. And then it's a smile. What if I did an eye that looks like... Oh, that looks more realistic. See that? And you could just do a little eyebrow. Oh, that looks weird. Yeah, it's a happy one. You can even just erase a little bit of it. Make it happy. Or make it kind of sad. Or make it a little bit kind of angry-ish. Darken that in. But that is the beady eye. In fact, let's try this. Take this eye. We'll move it out of the way. And we'll take these eyes. And move them right here. Is that the cutest little mouse or what? I hope you had fun drawing eyes with me. Remember, eyes are the window to the soul. They help you give your character expression and life and emotion. So if you want to have people care about your characters, be sure to use eyes that express the emotions that you want to have them share. I have this book that's available for you, and you can get it on my website. And you can see bunches of different eyes. It explains what the eye shapes are like, a whole library of eye shapes, and even like mouth shapes and nose shapes and snout shapes and horn shapes. So you can make your own characters. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can get new stuff all the time. See you later.